Hi everyone, my name is Nicola. I am Simply a Stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. Today I'm going to do a stitch with me, and I am working on my 50th birthday piece. Just move that out of the way. This is All is Vanity. Art is by Allan Gilbert, and it is a Scarlet Quince pattern. It was kitted by Painfree Crafts. I'm doing this piece on some 16 count fabric, and I'm stitching it 2/1 full cross. So because there's lots of blends in this one, I am doing this square by square. So yeah. So this stitch with me is going to have some chat, and we'll see how much we can get done in the next hour and a half. I've got Hannah in with me today. Andy's in. Lauren's already left for college. It's not exactly a happy house at the moment. It's not anything that we said or did. If you saw my Flosstube on Tuesday, you'll know that the dog of Hannah's was unwell. I'm not going to say too much about it at the minute because she's at home, but sadly the dog passed away. Anyway, so this is our chatty stitch with me, and we're going to see what your comments have been over the last week or so. And as you can tell, I'm balancing this frame, so it might fall off. Good morning, Hannah. What time did you get in last night?
About 11.
Never heard you.
I just stayed out a bit longer than I anticipated, but I was fine, you know. I had a good chat with Kate, had a cup of tea and that.
Good.
But it was nice to get out for a bit.
Good.
I couldn't sleep.
Good.
So I was up till midnight.
Alright. Okay. Actually, no. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to have a look at some of your comments today. There's not an awful lot. So if you are watching the video, please do leave a comment. And I do answer them in these Stitch With Me's. Oh, no. So, yeah, other than that, I've been at work this week. The weather has been absolutely vile, and it's rain that we've had more than anything. The rain has been horrendous. It was bucketing it down yesterday, all day, or pretty much all day. It's absolutely filthy weather. But at least rain is rain and not snow, right? I don't think I'd want snow right now. So, yeah. Anyway, I have some comments, as I said, so I'm going to start and go through them. Like I said, there's not an awful lot, so please do leave a comment. Also like videos, hype them, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all of that good stuff. There's still lots of people that watch that aren't subscribed. Okay, so I'm looking at comments from Flosstube number 3 of this year today. And the first comment is from Peggy. Peggy Carstens, who says, nice progress. Thank you, Peggy. Oh. Sounds like Hannah's making toast. Just move my charger cable. That's it.
What are you doing?
What's she doing?
You are talking to.
Cat.
What's that for you anyway? What's up with you? She come and found pretty quick last night. Because I come in, shut the door, took my shoes off, and I went upstairs and I went to the toilet. I went to stand up, next time there was a cat there. Not that. Is this what's up with you?
Okay. Can't see to thread my needle. Oh, cat's big mad. That's the cat on the scratchy box. Okay, Sandy says, great update, amazing progress on your whips. Goes on to say, so glad you and Victoria have sorted things out and you got to spend a day catching up. Sounds like you had a hectic but fun week off work. So pleased for you. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Yeah, we did. We had a very fun day out, and I had a fun time with all of the girls that week. And yeah, it was oh, I seem to have spilt something on my project. How have I done that? I haven't even been. It's coffee and I haven't even touched my coffee yet. Weird.
Maybe it's a previous coffee.
No, because it's wet. It's wet. I'm not sure. Never mind, it'll wash out. Anyway. Yeah, it was a hectic week, but definitely a good week. And with the events recently, Victoria was here as well. So yeah. Just trying to soak up this, whatever it is. It's not coffee because I've not touched my coffee. It can't be coffee. That smells like coffee. Well, I haven't touched my coffee, so why does it smell like coffee?
I don't know.
Oh, I know how I've done it.
What?
cup of my hoodie has gone into my coffee. That's why. It'll wash out. I'm not doing any stitching whatsoever on that. Okay. Maddie Needham says, love the progress, Nicola. I've had a slow beginning, but I knew January it would be hectic. I'm hoping for a better February. Me too. I'm hoping for a better February in many ways. I mean, January's been good, don't get me wrong, but there's some things about it I wouldn't have chosen, but there we go. I am a touch behind on my stitching now as well. I am, if I want to reach under 500k this year, I am a touch behind, so I really do need to get my skates on and get stitching. Oh, listen to him having a shout next door.
Little S-H-I-T.
Little Gogh almighty. Okay, hi from Texas, lose me a heart, thank you very much. And then Jenna Cook comments, I had a couple of RAKs, and she says, beautiful, two beautiful pieces, they'll be great once they're done. Love seeing your progress on all your stitching. Thank you, Jenna. He's having a right old chirp to his mum, isn't he? So I'm just listening for the little one next door. Danielle, Cardiff Stitch Danielle says, what is it you do for work? I did mention this on my last Chatty Stitch with me, but happy to cover it again on the back of Danielle's question. So, I don't disclose exactly what I do for work because people like myself have done that before and let themselves open to corruption. And it's a known risk in my line of work. So my employers have asked that I don't identify where I work and precisely what I do. My role is clerical, primarily, and telephony. And I work in...
Read minds.
Huh?
That means you can read minds.
Yeah. I work in finance. So It's a 9 to 5. I've worked there since 2018. My official job role is a support officer. But yeah, it's a mixture of clerical and telephony-based work. But like I said, the company are very mindful. It's a global organisation I work for. They're very mindful that people have disclosed where they work and what they do, and have left themselves open to corruption, and have actually been sort of sucked into that world. So for a security point of view, they request that we don't disclose that information.
Which is fair to do, really.
Well, exactly. You see it all the time in the news that, you know, like people who work, for example, who worked in a bank branch got involved in money laundering because they were offered a bribe. You see it all the time that, you know, electronic fraud is, you know, now the biggest growing fraud. You see things like solicitors who struck off for mortgage fraud. It's just, fraud these days. It's lots of people are used as third party for it. So in order to protect us, our company have very wisely said, do not disclose. We ask you not to disclose rather than do not disclose. We ask you not to disclose who you work for, because by doing so you would leave yourself open for corruption, and that can start with a simple message saying hi. Oh, that was silly. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness, listen to him. Jodie says, lovely visit, Nicola, and amazing progress on your whips. Thank you, Jodie. Love your 2 RAKs charts. Looking forward to seeing them come to life. So glad you had a great birthday week with all your family. Making memories is important. Not a lot of stitching for me this past week. Fingers crossed that will change. And when it does, I'll be stitching with your stitches, me's. Much love, Jodie. P.S. Love your haircut. Very cute. Thank you, Jodie. Yes, this seems to be my haircut of choice now. More like a sort of type of kind of a pixie cut. Short at the back, slightly longer on the top. Let's take this hoodie off because it's getting in my way.
What is it going to see you warm?
Eh?
What is it going to see you warm then?
Yes, but it's getting in my way when I'm stitching. I'll still keep it around my shoulders. I can't move very easily with it. Okay. More fingers and thumbs this morning for some reason. I don't know why. Sweetheart, you know when you're coming home from work today, will you call and pick up some butter, please? Some Lurpak. We're about run out and I forgot to get some in Asda.
Yeah, well, you got a bit outside.
Yeah, thank you. Karen Ennis has been watching all the videos again and leaves me some hearts on an Amy Stewart video and a Leonid Afremov video, so thank you very much. Somebody's got a cough. Daphne Chamberlain leaves me a heart and city emoji. Thank you, Daphne. And on my, that was on Flosstube 3, by the way. And on my Bizarre Bookshelf Stitch with Me, Christian leaves me some hearts. Thank you very much. Comments, even if they're just emojis, are very welcome. The more comments, the more visibility. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anybody want a bit at all?
No, you should have it.
I can't manage it. Better manage this bit. I ain't got the time either.
All right. Alright, go and get yourself ready for work then, chicken. Okay, on Flosstube 3, Patricia leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Patricia. And Patricia says, nice progress this week. Thank you very much. Hi Nicola says, Christiane, that's so exciting. Now I have to hope you can start your second RAK soon. I can't wait to see this one stitched. I'm still waiting on a sale or my birthday. Sending hugs. So I think that is with the Almost Home CatDalph one. Yeah, it looks amazing, that one, doesn't it? But I got to get some stitches in before I start adding some more. Some stitching's done as well. I need to stitch faster. Just grab my tablet. Okay. And Jane, who is Jane22, says, wonderful progress on your whips and a great number of stitches, even though you were celebrating a birthday. I'm glad you had a good time with all your daughters and enjoyed your birthday. And yes, that is CatDalph. Indeed. You know, I would love to, you know, just to start everything that I have whenever I get it, but the sensible part of me says you really don't want to add to the pile that's currently on my right hand side. I need some empty project bags so I can refill them. let's just get this first square done, and that is my first 100 stitches done, because I'm only marking this one off when I get a complete square, 10 by 10 square done, because it's not on Pattern Keeper. I can't use the SQ Stitch app, I just can't get to grips with it. So yeah, I figured I will work off the paper, mark off every 10 by 10 square that I complete. Let's just do this. So that's that bit of that one, and then that square. What date is it today? 28th. Okay, right, what am I doing in this next square? Oh, what's that little bow icon? 3, 10 and 4, 1, 3. These are all blends that are going into these blocks. Okay. Mary comments on my Pandora stitches me to say evening all. I've had a feeling that Mary may have planned for that one to be on a live stream, but that's okay. I'll say good evening to Mary, because this video is to go out in an evening. And Jen from Jen's Stitchy Corner says, on my whip parade, says, hi Nicola, I've really enjoyed your whip parade. You have so many lovely projects and your progress is amazing. Looking forward to catching up on the rest of your videos. Take care and happy stitching. Thank you, Jen. So yeah, the whip parade is still getting views, even a month, almost a month down the line, which is good. By the time this video goes out, there should be a February sale in the Facebook group as well. What do we say we're going to do? Fur, feathers, fauna and fins or something like that. I'll have to check on my live stream and see what it was precisely, because I can't remember. I've had to sleep since then. Lots have happened since then. Tweezers, very important cross-stitching tool.
A clue what I'm doing, but does that look better than what that does? Because I hadn't started there, but I started there.
Yeah,
It's not obvious, is it?
No.
No.
Right, you need to get your skates on, kiddo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hold on. No, 4. Sorry, just concentrating. It's a bit more difficult working off paper to make sure you're looking in the right square. Well, live stream Wednesday. Love Nana says hello Nicola and hello fellow stitchers, and sends me one of those like a party emoji. Thank you very much. And Karen Ennis sends me some hearts, so thank you both. Let's park this one for now. Okay. 3739 again. Are all dark colours on this, I'm afraid, because it's all grayscale. Okay. And Patrizia also leaves me hearts on live stream Wednesday. Also, there's a comment here from Stitching with Jessie. Nicola, she says, I love seeing your bee come to life. Mine came in the mail and I showed it on my Flosstube. Thanks for being an enabler. My pleasure. Yeah, the bee is a lovely little stitch. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, Jessie. But oh, will you be able to hold off for your birthday? That is the burning question. Yes, I did watch your Flosstube. And you were saying how you didn't know if you could hold out that long. Will you wait? I guess we'll find out. Because I think your birthday, if I remember correctly, is the 1st of March, which is quite the way away, really, when you think about it. It's like another 4 weeks away, isn't it? Six weeks to your birthday, my love.
Oh no, don't remind me. It's bad enough being 41, I don't want to be 42.
Ah, yes, but you have now got the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
Well, so says the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I've never read.
Oh, you should. It's a wonderful book. But you might find a film easier. Stitching shelf is always a fun project to see, says Kelly from Kelly's Quilts Plus. Looks great. Thank you very much. Yeah, starting on that summer shelf, and there's a lot of confetti in the bit that I'm on at the minute, because I'm in the bit around the edges of the shelf where there's all of the green leaves and the flowers. And then on the same stitch with me, hi from Texas and Patricia, both leave me some hearts. Thank you very much, ladies. You look beautiful.
Is that alright?
Yeah, you look beautiful.
You can't, it's not obvious.
You look
That's
beautiful.
all I want is to cover the dark circle for your foot, but it's not to be obvious.
Hannah, for the 4th time, you look beautiful.
Oh, but I don't do it normally.
I know. I think I managed to tangle this up. Hold on. Will you keep in touch with me, please, today, and let me know how you're doing through the day?
Yeah.
Because if you have a rough day today, I won't do my live stream tonight and we'll have cuddles.
Okay.
And a movie or something. Okay, but let me know how you're doing, alright?
Yeah. I'm hoping because I'm like running around doing things, I should be able to keep things distracted.
Well, yeah, but let me know, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'll keep in touch. I know the places where I can sneak off and use the phone. My shoes are supposed to dusty from the other day, but I didn't clean them. My shoes are all muddy and filthy.
What do you mean you don't clean them?
Because of when I took them on Saturday.
It'll come off eventually. You've got many things to hold on to other than mud. Think about it. You've got a blanket here for a start, which you actually forgot to take upstairs last night.
I've got a collar upstairs.
Karen Ennis, also again watching earlier Stitch with Me's, leaves me a heart on a Lord of the Rings video, and on Envy Stitch with Me that I did a week or so ago, Jane leaves me some hearts too. So thank you both very much, ladies.
I probably used to get my skates.
Yes, because it's 2 minutes past 8.
And I've got delivery to talk because they'll not have done it. They'll leave it for me. Which I'm not grumbling about. I enjoy it, but sometimes it would help if it did a little bit.
Hey, at least it gives you something to distract you. Okay, and Kelly says on Envy, it's always nice to see Envy out. You have great progress. I think while I was watching, you must have stitched 1,000 stitches of 310 black. Not quite 1,000. I think I did about 400-ish, 500, maybe towards 500. All right, you can keep in touch, please. Love you. But when it's block stitching like that and the area's mapped, it goes incredibly quickly. So, yeah, advantage me. Bless her. I'll catch up with you guys up in a few minutes with what's going on with Hannah. Didn't really want to talk about it when she was in the house. Also on Envy, hi from Texas, leaves me a heart. So thank you very much. Okay, Robin Macamont. Enjoyed your Stitch With Me videos very much, Nicola. I get a lot of stitching done whilst watching you stitch on your various whips. Thanks very much and a happy belated birthday. I'm watching from Washington State and also new subscriber here. Welcome, Robin. I hope you enjoy what you see, and I'm glad that you stitch along with me on these videos. So yeah, pull up a chair, grab a brew, get involved, enabling to the left, enabling to the right. And if you're a monogamous stitcher, get ready because you won't be soon. We're a fairly good bunch here. Okay. And then Betty says, I really enjoy listening and looking up whilst I'm stitching myself. Thank you for doing this. That's also on Envy, so thank you, Betty. That's the idea of these Stitch With Me's, that you can stitch along with me, almost like we're sat in the same room. That's the idea, really. I've always said I think stitching can be a fairly solitary hobby, and unless you're lucky enough to be able to go to retreats and have stitchy friends in real life, as it were, and sit with them and stitch, it can be really solitary, because it's not something that you've got to find a like-minded person, like-minded people, haven't you? And you know, the vast majority of people that I know in real life, people that I work with, people, friends, old school friends and so on, I think out of my long-term friends there's only like one, maybe two that are actual stitchers, if that makes sense. So having the online community of people that indulge in this hobby gives you people to talk to, people to connect with. And if doing these videos helps you to find that connection, I'm keeping doing them. No plans to stop.
Nor should you. Right, is Hannah gone, yeah?
Yes.
Right, well, I'm about to disappear as well because I have a lot of recording to do.
Okay. Can I just have some more drinks before you go?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Patricia on Envy also leaves me some hearts, and on live stream Sunday, Karen Ennis comments that she's in Houston, Texas, and it's supposed to be in the 20s degree tonight. We are not used to this. And then Christiane on the live stream, as well as Patricia, also leaves me some hearts. So thank you very much, ladies. Knocking my magnifier. Could not make the live stream, says Kashi. Hope you all had fun. Thank you. Thank you, Kashi. Yeah, it was a good stream. We enjoy it. But I get it, not everybody can make a stream every time. It's just not always possible, is it? It's life. I put out a stitch with me with Magpie, and hi from Texas leaves me a heart. Thank you very much. Thank you, my love.
You're very welcome.
I have fresh drinks.
That's the best kind, isn't it?
Yep.
Bye, peoples.
Oh, look at that. I didn't trim the thread end. That's it. Thank you, Nicola, says Lenny Stitches, for singing and wishing and singing me a happy birthday. It made my day. No problem at all. I'm so sorry that you all get it out of tune. Sung badly, but you know. And Irene says on the live stream from a couple of weeks ago, I enjoy watching the process of this cross stitch that you're working on. I think it's called Eveline. It is. It's Evelina. It's my Nita in Rarity one, the Geckorouge one. And again, she comments on Pandora Stitch with me that I put out recently and says, I enjoy watching your stitching process, so calming. Thank you for sharing. You're very welcome. I enjoy doing the stitching process. And then Irene leaves me some hearts on live stream Wednesday. And Patrizia, this is the last comment again on Magpie, also leaves me some hearts. So thank you very much. So now Hannah is safely out of the house. I will fill you in on what's happened. I will be mentioning this on my Flosstube on Tuesday, but just on the off chance that she's in while I record it, I'm also going to talk about it here. So, as you guys all know, Hannah and her granddad are very close. Since my mum died, she spent a lot of time with her granddad. And particularly as granddad has had a dog. He had a little Jack Russell, and then when he had to be sadly put to sleep, he got Casey, who was a Spaniel cross. Casey had never spent any time on her own. She'd never been away from human contact. The original owner that she had kept her with her 24/7. And it was only when the original owner could no longer care for her that Casey ended up in kennels. She was rehomed a couple of times, but always brought back to kennels because they couldn't deal with the fact that she had separation anxiety. Quite serious separation anxiety. I mean, this is a dog that, as we knew her, would follow you to the loo. Just in case that, you know, you were going to slip out of a door and leave her, kind of thing. So my stepdad adopted Casey, and Hannah helped him to care for her because we knew that she could not be left. This was during about the time that COVID hit as well. And my stepdad's intention was to train it out of the dog about the separation anxiety. But because COVID hit, that didn't happen, and Casey then settled into the routine of, again, being with somebody 24/7. So Hannah has supported her granddad, all of the time with the dog. She's gone up, looked after the dog, took the dog on walks. As granddad's health has got, his mobility is reduced, she's gone and helped. And subsequently, Hannah and the dog have become incredibly close. And, you know, Hannah would take the dog to town, would take the dog on long walks, would take the dog through the woods, would take the dog to the country park. You know, she'd take the dog anywhere, basically. That dog travelled more on a bus. So if we fast forward to last week, now Casey was about 11 or 12, I think. So last Friday, Victoria was at Grandad's, and she rang here and said to Andy, "Are you able to take Grandad to the vet with the dog?" And Andy says, "Well, no, unfortunately, I'm not." Okay, she says, well, we'll sort it from here. What's wrong with the dog? Well, the dog doesn't appear to be very well, and the dog's backside is red raw. Sorry for the TMI. Okay. Well, I'm afraid I can't take her, he said, but obviously, you know, keep us informed. So I took her to the vets, and the vet said, yep, she's got an infection, gave her some treatment with an appointment to come back in 2 weeks, because poor little doggy, her backside was red raw, and you could tell obviously there was something not quite right. So Hannah went up and spent the weekend there, and the dog was a little bit off it, but nothing dramatic. Sunday she came here, and she didn't want to sort of trot about very much, and she was just, you know, laid down, very settled. And then on Monday morning, my stepdad called, and he said, I'm very concerned about the dog. The dog's panting a lot. Her breathing's not right. I want to get her to the vets. And Hannah says, okay, well, I'm off work. Come and get me, and we'll go. So he got an emergency appointment, and we found out afterwards that he'd actually had to have a neighbour help him to take the dog down to the car. For context, my stepdad lives in a first floor flat. So if you've got an unwell dog, she's not going to want to go down the stairs. Now, he's got a stair lift, but he couldn't sit on the stair lift and put her on his knee. Anyway, he came here and picked Hannah up, and then an hour or so later, they both came back without the dog. The vet was very concerned about the dog, wanted to keep her for some blood tests and an ultrasound, because whatever was going on Friday, the dog had gone downhill quite rapidly. And she'd not clearly gotten to the bottom of what was going on Friday. We just knew it was an infection, just not where or what, you know, not the details of it. But it's very hard with an animal because they can't tell you. But the dog had a high temperature, which is, of course, is a surefire sign of infection. So they had some blood tests done. The blood tests came back. She was anemic, and her red blood cell count was reduced. They did a ultrasound of her abdomen. Her organs were still working and functioning as they should be, and there were no signs of any mass that could indicate cancer. They said they still wanted to keep her overnight, and they sent her off. There's a veterinary hospital with more staff. It's like more like an intensive care unit for pets in the next village over, so that's where she went. Victoria agreed to stay with my stepdad. So she finished a shift at work and got a taxi, got an Uber up to her stepdad's. 10 o'clock that night, my phone rings. The vet's called. They don't think the dog was going to make it through the night. So obviously we've gone from unwell to seriously ill. Hannah at that point was actually not at home. She'd gone out to see a friend who she'd not seen since before Christmas, and I said to Victoria, I will ask Andy to come and pick up you and Grandad, because he shouldn't be driving at night. He's an 80-year-old man. So I rang Hannah and I said, where are you? She told me, and I went, right, be ready. Excuse me, Andy's coming to get you because the dog is unwell. The vet's asked you to go in. So Andy went and collected everybody, and they went up to the veterinary hospital. Casey come into the room, trotted in, tail wagging, and Andy sent me a message. He said, it doesn't look like this dog's dying. She's, quite happy to see everybody. And then Victoria sent me a photograph of the dog, and the dog looked tired. And anybody who's a pet owner will know, when a dog has a tired look in its eyes, they've had enough. Anyway, came home later that night. Obviously got through the night. In the morning, the vet was to phone between 7:30 and 8 o'clock and give Grandad an update. So we got the update. The dog had made it through the night, but they were concerned because her neck was swollen, and this was not something that had occurred and had been visible on the Friday. So they said what they wanted to do was a needle biopsy of the lymph node in her neck and see what was going on. So unfortunately, when the results came back earlier that afternoon, it confirmed that the dog had got lymphoma, and it was quite aggressive. It had come on incredibly rapidly, because on Thursday she was fine. And the vet then said the hardest thing for a vet to say, that there was nothing more that they could do for the dog. So yesterday, as I'm filming this on Wednesday, on a Tuesday, same cast, we're all back up to the vets, and very sadly, Casey dog was put to sleep. My stepdad came here afterwards and he said, I was determined that the dog was not going to suffer. And when the vet said there was nothing that they could do, the right thing to do was to not allow Casey to suffer. This lymphoma had come on really, really quickly. So at that point, she was unwell and tired, but didn't appear to be in pain. But that could have changed incredibly quickly. So yesterday at about 3 o'clock, our lovely Casey dog crossed over Rainbow Bridge with 4 people who loved her by her side, and Hannah is absolutely bereft. She always had a very close relationship with Casey. She's, to be fair to Hannah, she develops close relationships with family pets. She's very close with Angel. Angel sleeps on her bed at night. She was close to little Wendell. She was very close to Chloe. And, of course, she was close to Casey too. So poor Hannah is bereft. She's working today, but she wants the routine of work. So I actually emailed her boss yesterday, her manager, and I said, I'm emailing you not only as Hannah's mum, but also as an advocate, because Hannah has autism. And I explained what had happened, and I got a lovely email back saying, thank you for letting me know. We'll support her through this. So poor old Hannah, yesterday, they came back here at 4. Grandad went home just after 5. Oh, no, they came here about 3/4 to 4. Oh, Grandad went home just after 5. Andy took him home. Victoria was still here. We had tea. Hannah went upstairs. Victoria left at about 6:45. And Andy said, I'm going in the bath. I said, right, okay. I went upstairs myself because I would have a wash and PJs. Which thread have I got here? Third one along. 1, 2, 3. That one. And I went into Hannah's room, and Hannah was just sat on a bed weeping. And I said to her, right, let's not do it like this. Come downstairs, put the Simpsons on or something, and let's not have you on your own, because, you know, that's going to make things much, much worse. So she did. She came down and she went out again with a friend last night, because they cut short the visit the night before because of the emergency trip up to the veterinary hospital. And this morning she's looking a little better. She's tired, but obviously has gone to work. She wants to keep her routine as normal as possible, which is perfectly understandable for Hannah, especially with her autism traits. So yeah, it's not been a particularly easy couple of days. But our poor little Casey dog, we will miss her terribly. Nobody more so than Hannah. But she's in no pain, and she's not having treatment that ultimately will not do anything. It won't make her better. So we're expecting her back at some point next week. We plan to do something with some of her ashes for Hannah. So hopefully I mean, Hannah has many, many precious memories and photographs of her. So we will keep Casey alive in our hearts and in our minds, and she'll always be there in our hearts. I was so proud of both the girls. They were with Casey at the time. It's the hardest thing ever to have to make the decision for a pet. Because they become so much part of the family. And Casey thought she was a human being. She was one of those dogs that would talk back to you. And she would sit on a chair at the table. You know, she'd cuddle up in bed with Hannah, in Hannah's bed. Not just on it, at her feet. Oh no, she'd get in it and snuggle down. But bless her, poor Hannah will miss her terribly. My stepdad is talking about having another pet. He shouldn't be alone. Pets are company, aren't they, for elderly on their own? And of course, he knows that Hannah would support him. So he's looking for another, you know, he'll want to look at some point, not immediately, I wouldn't have thought, for another little dog, you know, Jack Russell sort of size. Doesn't need a lot from him, but a little companion. So yeah, it's been a difficult time, and I'm sure there are more difficult times to come. But I said to the girls yesterday, I said, you should be incredibly proud of how brave you've both been about this. I said, I know you're both in tears right now, but today, when you look back on it, you have done one of the hardest things as a pet owner that you would ever have to do. And this is not, I said, we don't want to sound, you know, flippant or blasé or whatever about it. But this is not the first time this is the first time that you will do it, but this is not the last time. Because that's part of being a custodian of a pet. We have to make the hard decisions. So yeah. So that's where we are. She just messaged actually. She's made it into work. So I've asked her to keep in touch today because I want to know that she's okay. And you might notice I've not mentioned Lauren in all of this. Lauren was at college yesterday, so unable to go to the vets and stuff. But we did keep Lauren informed as to what was going on. Lauren was also very upset because she'd also spent a lot of time with Casey. But yeah, we just have to remember the dog, Casey, as she was in her prime. And be thankful that she's not suffering. So there you have it. I think I really need to put a trigger warning at the beginning of this video. Oh my goodness, cold around shoulders. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, we've got about another 15 minutes this video. So what I'll do is I'll just carry on stitching, and if I do find anything else to talk about, I will. But other than that, sit back and enjoy the ASMR style stitching. Oh dear. At least it's not cold this morning. It's just a little chilly, but it's not cold. The rain seems to stop too, which is good because it's been like the clappers over the last few days. So, as you're watching this, I would have done my first day at Stitchy Retreat. I thoroughly enjoy my retreats. And I shall enjoy this one. And Andy will find himself in the company of 3 beauties for lunch on Sunday, because he will be taking them out to lunch in my absence. I'm sure he will enjoy that. Just mark off, because otherwise I will forget. This is a small piece, so it will get 1,000 stitches. Oh, listen to that one chirping outside. Until it's school time. Oh, no, don't want to go there. Well, past the 300 mark anyway. That's good. Well, 3 full blocks completed. I don't know if I'll manage to do this 4th one in 10 minutes, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. I have to say that in this background area, this piece is a very easy stitch. Oh, okay, let's park that one. Okay, which one have I got here? That one. Ba, 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 ba. I can't go over on this Flosstube either because I'm tight for time today. Because of the late night the other night, I'm still catching up on sleep. And I was later up this morning than I intended. I'll be much better in the summer because in the summer, light mornings, I'll have no problem getting up, but when it's still dark, yeah, don't like it. This blend's actually got like a brown in it, 844, which is like a grey brown. 4 minutes. I don't think I'm going to fill in that the rest of this square, am I? I might get halfway there. About 350 stitches done, I think, which isn't bad. You hear Andy chopping away upstairs. He's recording his voiceovers for his videos. He will be taking advantage of me being at retreat and going off filming. As he does what Andy does. Anyway, what I shall do now is, as we are approaching the end of today's video, I'll give you some reminders. 3 videos will be coming up on your screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. I release Flosstube on Tuesday, Stitch With Me's on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. All of those are at 7:30 PM UK time. No, 6:30 PM UK time. I do my live streams on Sundays and Wednesdays at 7:30 PM UK time. On a Wednesday, I work on my focus for a finish. On Sundays, I work on whatever my Sunday stitch is. Unless I've managed to finish 2 pieces and qualify for a new start, which I haven't at the moment. So, yeah. If you're not subscribed, this is your reminder to do so. It is free, and by clicking on the subscribe button, you're not going to be charged anything. You can also, on the drop down, select all, and you will then get notified every time I upload a video or go live. Liking the video is a big help, as is making a comment, even if that comment is nothing more than an emoji. They all show interaction with my content and pushes me up in the YouTube algorithm. If you are able to do so as well, please hype the video using the hype function. Any of these things, likes, comments, hypes, all the rest of it, very gratefully appreciated. So I think I'm going to get to about 350 stitches. So I want to say thank you guys very much indeed for watching. Thank you for your time and attention. Take care. Happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.